Starting a candle business, it can be tricky. It may seem easy on the surface, but trust me, it really isn't. These are some of the things I wish I knew before I started my candle business, and trust me, they are some really good lessons. When I first started or got the idea to make candles, I was a bit naive. For some reason, I thought it was really simple. Just a case of melting some wax, bunging in a bit of fragrance, stick a wick in the bottom, and boom, I've basically made a candle. But boy, was I wrong. I made a lot of rubbish candles, and I mean a lot. It turns out there is actually way more to candle making and starting a candle business than one may think. Or perhaps I'm just an idiot. There's different waxes, wicks, jars, fragrances. They all lead to an almighty, amount of variables. So many things can go wrong. So in this video, I want to share with you the top 10 sort of tips that I wish I knew before I started making candles. The first tip is to test your candles. Testing, and more testing. Always test your candles, especially if you plan on selling them. Firstly, you want to make sure you're providing a decent product, and secondly, you don't want to burn someone's house down. Might be a little bit awkward. So let's dive into why it's important to test your candles. Testing candles before using them is crucial for several reasons. Firstly, it helps determine the correct wick size for the candle. The wick should be chosen based on the diameter of the candle, and its size should allow for an even and steady burn, like a nice melt pool, without any flickering or mushrooming. So you want to get that nailed first, so you've got a good performing candle with a good hot throw. Secondly, testing the candle can help to evaluate the scent throw, which is the strength of the fragrance when the candle is lit. This will give you an idea of how strongly the scent will fill the room and whether or not you think it's suitable for the purpose and what you're selling it for. So if you're going to be selling candles which are highly sort of fragranced, you want to make sure you're selling what you say you're selling, if that makes sense. Thirdly, testing a candle can reveal any issues with its quality, such as improper wax melting, improper curing, sinkholes, frosting, just the general performance of your candle. So in conclusion, make sure you test what you're going to be selling so you can work out the strengths, the weaknesses, and you're going to be selling something you truly believe in. Like I said, you want to be adding value to the marketplace. You don't want to be selling just some knockoff crap for some quick money. Number 2, don't settle on waxes, formulas, and suppliers too soon. In the beginning, it's natural to want to stick with what works. But in the world of candle making, and with a lot of other things, being open to trying new methods and materials can lead to significant improvements in the final product. By limiting yourself to one type of wick or a certain type of wax, or even the jars you're using, you might be missing out on new formulas or materials that could enhance the quality of your candles. For instance, some waxes have better scent throw, better burn times, or they're more eco-friendly than others. So it's worth experimenting and just seeing if you can constantly perfect your craft and make a better product each time by testing. And by testing different waxes and wicks, you can discover new possibilities and find the perfect combination. And this can bring your candle making to the next level. So avoid settling on a wax too early, and you might miss out on a lot of potential. So don't be afraid to try new things, embrace experimentation. It can be bloody annoying testing all the wicks and just spending a lot of time doing it, but you might be surprised in what you can achieve by just trying something new. Rule number 3, costings. You need to make sure you're profitable. Getting your costings right from the start is crucial for the success of your candle business. And what that involves is getting the cost of your raw materials, your labor, your overhead, and just working how much it costs to make each candle. This information is crucial for setting a selling price point that allows you to make enough profit to make it actually worthwhile. You don't want to spend loads of money making the perfect candle and it costs you £20 to make, because then you're going to have to sell it for £60 to make any money. So you want to make sure you get this dialed in first. Try to spend a bit of time and just calculate everything from the wick to the sticker to the wax, the jar, all of it. You need to know exactly how much everything costs. Without accurate costings, you risk underpricing your candles, leading to a loss instead of a profit. On the other hand, you could also overprice them, making them uncompetitive in the market, and this is going to reduce sales, so you want to find the perfect point for you and your candles. By taking the time to accurately calculate the costs, you can ensure that you're pricing your candles correctly, maximizing your profits, and securing the future of your business. and just making a bit of money. There's no point doing it if you don't make any money. You can be as passionate in the world, but passion will only get you so far. Number 4, the importance of shopping around for suppliers. A bit like the previous one, don't settle on suppliers too soon. When it comes to finding the best suppliers for your candle making business, it's important to shop around and not limit yourself to just candle specific websites. While these websites can be great for starting out, they've got everything in one place that makes it super easy to find stuff. You want to think outside the box. I would consider other sources like eBay, Alibaba, and maybe even beekeeping websites. That's where I buy the big bulk of my candle jars, beekeeping websites. And you want to try and get the best deals on raw materials, wicks, fragrance oils, and other supplies. Buying in bulk can save you money. So, for example, like I just said, you may find a beekeeping website that offers high quality beeswax at a lower price compared to maybe a candle website. Or you might be able to go to Alibaba and buy big amounts of jars for a massive discount. Just by shopping around, exploring your options, like I said, don't limit yourself to certain things, you can save some money, and this is going to bring your cost down and make you more profitable. So it's well worth spending a bit of time, get a bit creative, think outside the box, and work out where you can buy things a bit more cheaply. Number 5, this was a big one in the beginning for me, measuring your ingredients. Now it might seem simple to a lot of you, but for me it wasn't. Accuracy is key when it comes to making candles, and one of the most important steps to ensuring your candles are consistent is to weigh your ingredients rather than just relying on jug measurements, which is what I did in the beginning. Because it's a volume, it can be inconsistent. I thought I could measure everything like a liquid, like water, but waxes have different weights depending on what is in them. Some might have additives, some waxes weigh differently when they're melted, when they're hard, so it's just a lot to think about. You just need to weigh everything with some scales by grams. Weighing your ingredients ensures that the correct amount is used in each batch, resulting in candles that are consistent and their scent load is perfect for the wax weight. This can lead to a better end product and just a consistent line across your candle making. So weigh everything, get it all measured out, get your recipes, get your formulas, get it all written down. Don't rely on looking at the millimeters on the jugs, because I started doing that in the beginning and I made a lot of rubbish candles. Weigh it all, trust me. And number 6, outsource where you can. As a one-man candle making business, it's essential to maximize your time and avoid bottlenecks that can sort of really reduce your production process. One of the best ways to achieve this is by outsourcing certain tasks. If you have the funds, outsourcing can save you valuable time, and it can allow you to focus on sort of core elements of your business like marketing, customer service, and product design. For example, in the beginning, I was making all of my labels, printing them all, cutting them by hand, and quite frankly, I hated it. The label process just did me in. I really enjoy making the candles, but as soon as it came to labeling, I would procrastinate and, like I said, just hate it. So what I tried to do is I tried to find a way I can outsource this. So I looked on eBay and I found someone that could do the labels for me and someone that can do the little gift tags for me. And it does cost me a little bit more money than doing it myself, but it saves me a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot less headaches. I get a lot more done because I'm not procrastinating getting around to doing the labels. So if you have the funds and if you've got a bit of extra money, try and think outside the box in terms of what you can do to save yourself time and outsourcing a few things. I think my phrase for this video is going to be think outside the box. Number 7, don't compare yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others is a common trap when starting a small business, especially in a competitive world such as candle making. It's really easy to get carried away and feel discouraged when you see what others are doing. They've got better labels, maybe the candles look nicer, or they're getting more sales than you. You compare yourself to others and you think, why am I not at their level yet? However, it's important to remember that everyone has their own pace and journey. In business and in candle making, success is not a race. Every business is unique and it has its own set of challenges, and each person has their own sort of strengths and weaknesses. By focusing on your own progress and goals rather than comparing yourself to others, you can stay motivated and confident in your ability to succeed. But it is very easy to look at Instagram and just wish you were already where they are, but it will just take you time. It's important to remember that success is not always measured by external factors like sales or followers. The internal satisfaction you get from creating a business and building your own brand is really important, and just be proud of starting something and just getting it done. A lot of people get stuck in their own heads and they don't even ever try. So it's much easier to try and fail and learn as you go than to never try at all. So try to remember that and try not to compare yourself to others. Otherwise you'll just waste a lot of time just looking at Instagram. Number 8, research and development. Research and development is an important aspect of any candle making business, as it allows you to stay creative, innovative in your designs and scents and jars. While it's okay to be inspired by other candle makers, it's important to not simply copy their designs as much as you want to. Instead, try and get inspiration and twist it in your own certain way. Imitation is a great way to start something, but you need to add your own unique touch. I think in this day and age, nothing is entirely unique. We get ideas and we sort of twist it into our own. But do that, but make it different, add some value, and just work out what you can do to stand out from the crowd. There are ways you can stand out in a competitive market such as candles. You could do things like a loyalty card program where you stamp it and you can give people free candles. Or there's a little touch I've started doing, it's putting a little tea light in a candle so people can try new scents, or you can put a wax melt in there. I've seen someone that does like a little passport. They do travel inspired scents and you get a little passport for each one and you can stamp the scent you've got. There's so many little touches and so many little things you could do to make your candles stand out. You don't necessarily have to make the best candle in the world. I mean, you do, that does help. But there are things you can do that just add a little personal touch that make the customer that gets the candle feel a bit special. They've got something different with you that they don't get from someone else, and that little touch will just make people special, and that's what's going to bring them back. Everyone wants to feel special, and having a little personal touch will just add to that whole brand experience, and keep people loyal to you. So have a little think, work out what you can do. Don't rip off other people's ideas, but if you do, twist it like I said before. Another little touch you can add in the beginning is to add a little handwritten note. Just saying thank you, thanks for the order. Especially if people order big things in bulk, a little handwritten note, a little touch like that just adds a whole nother level. Especially in this day and age where everything's a big conglomerate, everything's a massive business. Handwritten notes and those little thoughtful gestures just make a difference. Number 9, sales platforms. When starting a candle business, or any kind of business, it's tempting. When starting a candle business or any other kind of business, it's tempting in the beginning to get all of your products on every single different platform possible: Etsy, eBay, Amazon, Shopify. However, it's important not to spread yourself too thin and maybe focus on just one or two platforms in the beginning. Each platform, whether it's Amazon or Etsy, they all have their different rules and different algorithms. What might work on Etsy might not work on Amazon, which is something I found out in just by trying it. So work out which sales platform you want to begin with. I always recommend starting with Shopify and then maybe Amazon. Amazon works really well for me as a chef. I work a lot of hours, so I haven't got time to constantly post as many candles as I would be able to through Etsy. But through Amazon's FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon, I can send a big box of candles to Amazon, and then I don't have to worry about the delivery, which is perfect for the scale for me. So you want to just focus on one platform, build up reviews, build up sort of customer trust, and just work out how to maximize that before you move on to the next thing. It's very easy to get overwhelmed and want to do a bit of everything, but you're going to do a bit of everything a bit badly. So focus on one thing and do that one thing well. And number 10, patience. Starting a candle making business can be an exciting and fulfilling journey, but it's also important to understand that it takes time. And it takes patience to achieve success. Building a brand, creating a loyal customer base, and growing your business takes a lot of effort and it takes dedication. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And there's going to be so many different setbacks as well. There's going to be ups and downs. You're going to take a couple of steps forward, so maybe 5 steps back. Like this time last year, just at the end of the summer, we had such a hot period and loads of my candles were melting and people were getting candles with no wicks because they had melted and reset. And those little challenges at the time make you want to quit. But if you can overcome them, work out what you can do to improve them and learn from it, you're going to constantly just keep moving forwards. It's a big process, failing, learning from it, and then just carrying on. So take a deep breath, stay focused, and enjoy the journey. Work with patience and just try to add value, try to solve a problem and create something that people will enjoy. And like I said, just enjoy it. It takes time. For me personally, I'm always trying to sprint to the end, whether it's in candle making or in my personal life. I want immediate six-pack abs, or I want to lose weight now. I always want everything next day, delivery, Prime, Amazon Prime style. But the more I do anything, the more I learn to just enjoy each moment and take it for what it is. Enjoy the process. Eventually you'll get there. So that's the end of the video. I'm hoping these 10 tips help you. It's something I wish I knew in the beginning, and it's stuff I've learned over the course of the last several years making and selling candles. So if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be loads more stuff candle related coming your way. Goodbye.